Good morning, everyone. It's March 6th, which is kind of debatable whether or not you play with the Gregorian calendar or not. It's March 6th. Um, welcome, 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 welcome. You know, it's back there again. It's just kind of like what do we do? There's nothing really to talk about over here. I personally took a day away from the collective, and it's nice. And you know, maybe that's something to talk about. Maybe it is recognizing like, yo, the galactic telephone don't have to be on 24/7. Like, you have a right to be like, sorry, I'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. You know, sometimes we have to tell spirit to back off. If you've ever, you know, I've talked to many mediums. I've talked to other people that are the same way, that sometimes have to shut off the galactic radio and shut off spirit and go, sorry, doors are closed. Need to be with self. And you know, even about showing up, right, is like, there's been such a focus on words, and it's like, do we have to say anything? Like, does anything really have to be like prepared and like really eloquently written, or like, can we just show up and just be, right? And that's been a lot of even the feeling with me connecting with other people, is like, when I'm connecting with tribe, is like, sometimes I don't want to say anything. Sometimes I just want to sit there, right? Because so much can get caught up in words, especially when people are in like heightened trigger points and like, you know, all this stuff. Sometimes words just, it doesn't express what you're trying to express. And a lot of that is tuning off the mind, tuning off this whole babble thing, and just coming into just pure energy and just like listening to that and being with that space. And it doesn't mean you have to listen to it, like read it, right? But like, we can have this healthy space, which is kind of like, you know, being. So happy 3/6. Happy 3/6. Welcome in. Happy birthday to Angel. It's Angel's birthday. So shout out to Angel. Happy birthday, Angel. We love you. We celebrate you. Dragon Mama. It's her birthday. So anyways, hope everyone's doing okay. You know, there's something about, the sound of silence, guys. The sound of silence, that's really important, right? And I can feel, I guess I could say this, right? I can feel in the own energetics how the peace is starting to come in, as long as we keep choosing that, right? So of course, internal conflict, you know, internal resolution, internal solutions, really important, right? And there is a part of this process where we can make that peace and that resolution and that conflict, you know, from that conflict that we have with ourselves or with one another. Take a step back, bow out, say, I honor you, I bless you, I thank you. I'm gonna go into sacred ceremony and just go be with yourself, right? And that's been, you know, really, really, really important. You know, it's interesting because there was these really strong aspects when I was looking at the chart, the planetary aspects. There was these strong aspects of Mars and Venus conjunct Pluto that have now they're settling down a little bit, but we still have the moon square, which could bring up some conflict, right? And so that's at the forefront. That's at the forefront. Moon square Venus and moon square Mars. So there's still all that Mars and Mercury. Oh, sorry, Mars and Venus doing its thing with the moon. You know what? I don't really understand astrology. I'm not going to try to right now. My mind can't really grasp anything. I'm just going to be with it. You know, I'm going to try to make myself sound like a cool astrologer. No, it just ain't working. I'm trying to figure it out to give some sort of translation to what the heck's going on. And, you know, it's nice. I want to learn astrology, but just not today, Pluto. Not today, Pluto. Not today, Saturn. Not today, Saturn. Not today, Uranus. Not today. Just not today. Today we're just gonna be with cards, right? Exactly. And guys, like, I wanna share this, right? Here's the thing. Here's what's really cool about this. Experientially speaking, a lot of people don't show up because they don't know what they're gonna say. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to show up, but like, what do I do? And it's like, just show up. Just show up. You never know. You never know. Oh, the heat has been on, Kimba. Oh, yes. The fires of eternal flames and holy glory have been igniting within all of us. I have been purposefully setting myself on fire. That's something I do. It's a part of being a dragon. I love it. I embrace the flame. I'm like, just let's do this. You know, it's really cool. You go through enough purification cycles with holy fire, cosmic fire, dragon breath, that we embrace it. We embrace that, right? And hello to Gina. I haven't seen Gina in the chat before. Welcome, Gina. How's it going? So yeah, it really is, when it comes to showing up, there's a lot of people that will say, oh, well, it needs to be prepped this way. It's like, no, just show up, guys. Just show up. Just show up. Just show up however you're supposed to be. Just show up as you and allow the rest to unfold organically, right? Like, there's not much that you have to really do, sway, and I feel like that's a part of the conditioning, right? Is like, oh, like I have to be prepared to show up and I have to like look a certain way or sound a certain way, and it's like, no, you don't. Your conditioning will tell you that, but you don't. So sometimes we just show up, we just do our thing and just let it flow. When it comes to the fiery pain, bring in the element of water, bring in that cucumber, bring in, more of those elemental structures to help to soothe the pain. Good morning. Yeah, true. Showing up is 95% of it. We just show up, right? And sometimes, like, I've even found there's been a lot of moments where I'm like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, and I show up, and the most profound wisdom just flows out of my mouth, and I love it. Some days I don't know what I'm gonna say. I show up and I'm like, I don't like what I said. I don't like what I did. I don't like how I acted. Whatever it is. It's okay. We just keep doing it, guys. Like, it's a refinement of our skill sets. It's a refinement of our abilities. And I don't have my finger on the pulse of the collective right now, right? I think it's important for all of us to do that. Like myself, I have some people I talk to that know about what it is to have access to all these different threads and streams of consciousness and to hear everything in the gosh darn world, to be a giant radio antenna. And at sometimes I have to just shut it off. I have to go, sorry, and that's been a big part of me taking my power back and back to the spiritual authority stuff, is being like, you know what? Quiet. Quiet on the set. Quiet. And having to say, I'm sorry, I'm not around, right? Like, and I'm talking to spirit, I'm talking to all things consciousness. And it's like, should you just shut down consciousness? And it's like, no, but like, you also have a right as being in your sovereign space to be like, sorry, Corey's not here right now. If you'd like to leave a message, he'll get back to you, right? Call God, right? And that's been a really key thing, guys, is like, we, it's not like being, it's interesting because I'm speaking of the etherics, and I'm speaking of what it is to be in this journey of being like, quote unquote, a healer, right? It's like, it's also to what title do we put ourselves within, or a framework that creates the what we call for it as an experience, right? Especially when it comes to like things like animism, always interacting with consciousness. Okay, so I am constantly interacting with consciousness. We all are. And being able to hear everything sucks, and it's a gift. And here's an important thing about sensitivity, okay, or awareness, energetic awareness, is that myself, I can't shut these things down. I consciously choose not to. So then I have to work with them, which means that a part of being the way show over the path is like, sometimes it's like, if you're closing out a business, guys, like, and you need to honor yourself, you need to honor your peace, and you need to honor your quiet. You put up the close sign, you shut the door, you lock it, you walk away. And don't feel bad or guilty for doing that, right? And so a lot of this has been, the joke last night was like, sorry, Corey's not here, call God, like, don't call Corey, call God right now. God's got your back, or the goddess or source, right? And I'm speaking to the consciousness. I'm not speaking to like people that are reaching out on email or people that are in crisis or anything like that. No, I'm talking about like consciousness. And so as a result, we're even refining our own skill sets and practices on how to set that sacred ceremonial space and how to like take our finger off the pulse of the collective, right? Because I think the most empowering thing that I'm aware of is that we all have a higher self, we all have guides, we all have God, we all have source, we've all got a universal expression, and it's working with us. Which means then for us as way showers, or for us that want to show up, it takes a lot of pressure off, because then it's not my job to fix anything. It's not my job to fix you. You're going to repair yourself. You're going to come to your own answers. You're going to come to your own truth and your own clarity. Now, it doesn't mean we don't show up, and it doesn't mean we don't be kind and we don't care and be compassionate for people. But those times where we have to step away from the monad and step away from the people and step away from the collective, we know that the universe has got their back, right? So then at some level too, is if we need to pull away and take care of ourselves at some point, even in your own relationships, if you need to pull away and, I need to relax and get a glass of water, or I need to chill, or I need to take a break, or I need to go do some breath work, or I need to, I need to go to the beach, right? I need to put up the close sign in my own life to step away and take care of me. It's remembering that everyone's got support, whether they feel it or not. It's about tuning into the belief systems, right? It helps us to get back to what we need to listen to. Yeah, call God. Call God. He's got a telephone too, and he's always answering. And I say call God, but it's like call source, call whatever it is that you choose to believe, right? We're not playing in any hierarchy or any of that stuff, any dogmatic structures here. We really truly honor autonomy and the unification of whatever it is that you choose to consciously believe in. But you've got a direct line signal to communicate with your own universe. It's just, are you using it? And the other thing too is a lot of people have the phone and don't know how to use it. So we have to learn how it operates, how it functions, how it works, how we connect within, right, for the answers, and not keep going without for the answers, right? And so if you listen to the seat of your own soul, if you listen to your own essence, it will speak to you, but it will speak quietly, right? And this is something I've noticed. The universe outside of me, very loud. The universe within me, very subtle and quiet. And that's a really cool key of discernment here, is as I'm interacting with animism and I'm constantly interacting with consciousness, is the subtlety of the soul gives me answers that are clear and quiet. And the answers of everything outside of me is very loud and abrupt in nature. Right. And that's where we start to really tile into our own intuition from a place of peace, from a place of clarity. Within that space is the nothingness, but within that space is also the knowingness. And so we also have to allow ourselves to go into the nothingness, which means that we go within and we feel nothing, or we feel empty, or we feel without. We feel what many would call a lack or a void. And then what we do is we open up to go, let's bring in what everything is into this space, because we can find everything within the nothing. We just are learning and remembering how to float within the liminal and within silence. Right. And so that void space, that space of detachment, is also the place of great clarity. It's a vast landscape of nothingness. It's a blank canvas. But it's my choice on how I see the perspective. I can either see the empty lot as just that, as an empty lot, or I could see it as potential, pure potential, to begin sowing a new garden for myself, right? Think of an empty lot or a dirt road. What is it that you see there? Do you see nothing, or do you see potential? That's going to give you the opportunity on the perspective that you're holding in that now moment, right? Because it really is about perspective. So a lot of this that we as humanity are learning is how to be comfortable within the nothing, how to be comfortable with silence, which is pure stillness, right? And also to become consciously aware that the more that we access the unified field and the more that we access our gifts and abilities, that other people can see us. Right? Which is what creates a lot of judgment day for ourselves. Is if there are other people that can see me, feel me, and witness me in all that I am in my bare, raw, vulnerable truth, can I accept me just as I am in my bare, raw, vulnerable truth? Distortion and all. Whether as pure as you are or as distorted as you can be, can you allow yourself to be seen, felt, heard, witnessed, and accepted just as you are in your raw vulnerability? Because there are a lot of lenses and frameworks and perspectives that we can embody and wear to try to show up a certain way. But a part of the unified field and a part of the unified expression and a part of the divinity that we hold is the divine sees all of us. And a lot of that right now is accepting who we are in the totality of us. And then realizing too, that there are people that love and care of that version of you just as it is. Not having to change anything, not having to fix anything, not just you. Just the most bare, raw, vulnerable version of you, that there are people out there that love you. And to accept that within is very interesting. To go, wait a minute. Through all these things I might perceive of not liking myself or not loving within me, or these things that still need to change or they need to grow or to flourish or expand, that I am capable of receiving love here and now just as I am. So yes, you are. You are capable of receiving love just as you are. And there are people that care about you and love you just as you are. But a lot of it is we need to remove the blinders to be able to see that, to feel that, and to witness that. But also that the divine loves us just as we are, right? And that's one of those things that's a really interesting detail to reflect upon, is going, okay, so if I still have distortion or lenses, or I still scrutinize myself, or I still blame other people, and the divine is capable of loving me, and others are capable of loving me within this now moment, within this present moment of where I'm at, now can I love me right where I'm at? Can you love you right where you're at? And I recognize, right? Love is a tricky thing. And I state that because it still brings up a lot of feelings within people. It brings in a lot. And as a result, some people, there's still a lot of this stuff that happens in regards to love with lightworker communities and new agers and spirituality and things like that, where people think we're just a bunch of fluttery rainbow kids, right? Which we are, but a lot of us, we go deep too. So just because we talk about love doesn't mean we don't go down there, right? It doesn't mean we put in the work. A lot of people don't see what happens behind the scenes, right? But we do that because we're still learning how to love ourselves at a deep intrinsic level. Right? So can you see all of you today? Can you be with all of you? Can you respect all of you? And can you share all of you with the world as well? Right, because that's interesting, especially when it comes to where we wear our defenses, especially in times of war, right? Is like, oh shit, can I show up in my raw, vulnerable me and trust that someone's not going to throw a dagger into that wound or pour salt on that thing or that version, right? It's like, it's also the totality of your expression wants to show up as well, right? In every now moment. And so how do we show up in the total wholeness of us, right? And accept where we're at, just as we are. Whether we're shining through or whether we're feeling a lot of pain, the total of you deserves to be respected and rewarded for where you're at. Sometimes just getting up and taking a breath is a lot of work, guys. Sometimes getting up and getting out of bed with the physical ascension symptoms is a lot of work. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Andrew. I saw Angel here. Really quick shout out. Happy birthday, Angel. It's Angel's birthday. Angel Fish, happy freaking birthday. Happy birthday. We love you. We respect you. We're dancing for you today. And Baduke namaste barakishte berititi akunua. Mashera pokurru ishebaria pavate esundu eru nishpakia tievara kanteva. Nisi induhuru stendamukava. Atu mashkunova. Chikuturru chiketaba unduvera is evaya. Nas utukorea wa kwanduru. Kutukutuku. Maya. Zaberia tandurru, stabaki timbu ke barokusturu, macera patia papa kentibiriti si arrisha ke tukudunu mariata ke teketobro utarri efereti. Urru shukutukutuku yona papatiara ke se indi henda baretish urru. Nerashtebe, urrash yiburru kuma. Bezerra fantu keshetirra kiteba sukuro kanda betierra vendor ustubukundu we tabara usterra tititi urukutuku wendo harvia patambu ustubuketi wiri tianda baraki jendabara shemburu dustura tando huwe wande baraki dama mazebaki de barukutu we baraki sianda baba ejando wate baruku suntu wate wane on the tawa the kutukuna ke wachiti benadi Imbine danda barakishte beki ute pa noa. Hando barakishtaba. Jebo gugu dugu du 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 rutaba. Hyurakioma. Dejuwa ya wasakumba. That's a bit I guess it's so oro kan de verici irra. Endo barakus not be a wa. Ah, man. It's so much easier speaking light language than it is the human language some days. Burni shebagadebo zaru shebagadwa tebo no huiwa teba. Isiara kimbova shindobo kustebuna iwa. Ando wa neva egebe do tamano jise de vidandus urukutu uwa. Mahadebere tia bakaduguno shtiba do dujtibada. Je venge divara neseba gidu huguma. Wando barachia dande dade undu no maria da baragi. De bazur unjige di zande verici si gia var ukitsi sindi gia wa hindaba. Nabasukuna sha ayendu unda waka ebere itia takatukuruku mayawa masuk unde verici cici siva. Nese hinda bara kesambur e dabar ishitukusu urru chititi. Wanda he baraki nazeba endo bogi do wayama. Da semboro va chimuto utuema sabaki ando nasokoro atapa and the way ado sunu yamana ando ma mememi ative utevu usuku na warapa ivea mama e ando hukando bare istive na shuru kenava terra nus ura tataneva Nasheba ukundua eva dur utundo ma me via dur nus urrusti beki dusu tu chino tu ne bare chite wase boki te baraki too much e moraki wanda borushi ba e tu e mutare shiti Shumarebe sinuma maya mama tua nama sekum. Avea tua che tua kai no mama tu ni chatera. Ah, terra, kurna habure chi watu surra chinguma te barati. You know, yeah, we do too much. You know, here's the thing though, too, is that even for myself, I don't even know what I would do without all this, guys. Like, I really don't. It's not about me right now. It's ain't about me. But like, to tell you the truth, I don't know what I would do without being able to help, you know, without being of service. Cool. As much as you know, and when it comes to identity, guys, like we can do what we can to try to dissolve identifying structures of who we are at the level of like, yeah, when we look at the level of what we identify as, right? Whether a way shower, a consumer, you know, whatever it is, the whole spectrum of belief systems, is we can do what we can to try to dissolve all of those labels, right, of what we are. But there is this great level of respect and accepting who we are, or whatever. Whether we are a student, we're a scribe, we're an author, we're a musician, right? Is like, I've even worked with this energy too of like dissolving the label regarding certain frameworks I put upon myself. But it's also too, it's like at some level just accepting like that's who you are, right? So I was like, what, is Willow in here? I don't see Willow in here. Love you guys. Love you. Pasiera kashichi namuku. Ba oru kendava anteve aki ando. Tashiyoko wanawayama. Oh, thank you. No, Willow's asleep. Let her sleep. Let her be. Janda barikis urro ketatiwa musu urru chepatiwo kunduwayama. Pasiwa keneva ishibiaku. Masewa musukuwa. All right, guys. So, we are going to do a aru chuketwani. I think we're gonna see dinosaurs today. I just have this feeling Corey's gonna see a freaking dinosaur today. I'm gonna wake up. There's gonna be a triceratops on top of my vehicle going ah ah. I'm like, what? And then there's gonna be a raptor going ah. I'm like, oh my god, we're back in Jurassic Park. I'm cool with the dinosaurs though. Right? Pterodactyls. I'm cool with pterodactyls. Cool with triceratops. I'm cool with the raptors. I'm cool. What? Cool with the dinosaurs, right? But if you've ever had them show up, it can turn into drama. I don't mean to laugh, but you ever had a dinosaur running through your RV park through the grids? And you have to chase a pterodactyl. I'm sorry, guys. How do you explain this to your family? That I have to chase pterodactyls out of my... Like, seriously, how do you share that with the world? Right? I just chased a pterodactyl out of the land. There's a triceratops that hangs out next to me. This is the future of humanity. Guys, can you believe it? We're chasing dinosaurs. What did we do? What did we sign up for? We have dragons that fly over us. And we chase there's a dinosaur right there. Ah! No one else sees it, but I do, right? Oh, I'm so sorry, but think about that, guys. Think about that. Like, it's hard not to feel like you're El Pollo Loco, you know? There are moments where I'm like, I'm seeing a dinosaur. You're looking around, you're like, does anyone else hear the screech like above the raptors right now? Everyone's like, no. Don't worry, I'll just go to the loony bin. No, I'm not. I'm normal. Oh, man. There's Sasquatch behind that tree right there. My neighbors are like, dear Jesus, don't pray for me. I'm okay, I swear. I swear I'm good. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, back to... Have you ever seen Corey doing laughing alchemy? It's the most painful thing. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Corey, I know. This is that Saint Germain medicine. This is what Saint Germain did to me when he taught me about transmutation. He's just like poking me in the sacral and getting me to laugh super hard to the point of crying. Oh my gosh. There's a T-Rex that's storming the compound right now. First world issues. Chasing dinosaurs off the grids. I give up. Okay, alright, we're gonna pull cards, I swear. So, that's my new exercise routine. Oh my gosh. That was great. Oh, my whole body's shaking. I don't know, whatever we're shifting out, it needed a good laugh. It was the story of dinosaurs. Alright. What messages want to come forward for today for us, for our collective here? Oh my lord. Our Lord. Gotta stop being selfish with the Lord. Or God, or whatever the heck we call it. Oh, oh my god. I'm not sharing that comment out loud. That is so great. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. That's too good. Yeah. No more of that, though. No more of that. You know, we're not... Yeah, we're not crazy. We're not crazy. Not crazy. Oh, so good. So good. Thank you guys for that. Yeah. Catharsis. Cathar gigs. Cathars. Ooh, what's going on with the Cathar lines? Oh, interesting. Cathar came up. Maybe I need to go back to the Essenes and to the Cathars for a little while. Alright. Let's see. What messages want to come forward for the collective today? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. That was hilarious, man. Seriously, though, there's some experiences. One day I want to get a little, like, group of us together to talk about all of our multidimensional experiences and what we've had in spiritual experiences, because seriously, there's some stuff, like, I was thinking about it the other day. I was talking to Mel about this, like, the experiences I've had being in Sedona and just being in Arizona. And man, I really want to talk about some of the experiences I've had with, like, you know, craft and beings and the hand of God and things happening with my RV, you know, and really talk about these things so we can start dissolving the stigma behind our multidimensional experience when we start saying that we're crazy, guys. Because I'll tell you what, there's other people that are experiencing this that aren't smoked out the game, right? Like, and that aren't on drugs, that are, you know, truly seeing and witnessing things, you know, powerful experiences, and we get labeled off and cast aside. Like, think about the word shaman, shame, right? A lot of our experiences, we've been cast out of the village for seeing, feeling, and witnessing what we are, and like those fringe dwellers can be a very lonely and isolated place. And so it's a part of the integration of ourselves back into the form, back into the suit, to be able to go into the collective consciousness, right? Especially if you've been doing urban shamanism, which is like you got a foot in one world, but then you show up at the 9 to 5, or you show up at the desk job, right? Is like urban shamanism is a thing, and a lot of us are. We're not, you know, out in the Amazon, right? We're here. And the thing is that our experiences don't make us crazy, because we are just beautiful, wonderful, helpful people. You know, some of the stuff we've had to do soul retrievals and get entities off of us, and all the other experiences, right? Is it's really important for us to share about these things, right? Because there's no shame in being a shaman, right? It's actually a beautiful gift, like the mystics, the esoterics, who you are. We should be guilt-free and torture-free of being who we are. Because there's medicine in that, and we do things to help other people, you know. One foot in the world, the other on a banana peel. Bum ba da bum bum ba dum bum. Ah. Okay. Anyway, all right. Two more shuffles. But yeah, it'd be good to talk about this. Hey Mel, maybe we could talk about our experiences on Monday. How about that? I'm like, okay. And if you want to talk about interdimensional travel, go check out Spacetime Creator, because Andrew's got some stuff with interdimensional travel. He's traveling every single day. That's all he does is travel. Not all he does. I don't want to say that. I don't want to project on him. But if you go to his channel, everything's about traveling over there, and so it'll be cool. It'd be really cool. So go check him out. Go learn. But yeah, there's a lot of experiences, and I feel like the more we destigmatize everything, you know, that's going on in our own multidimensional expression, and see it as a gift, see it as beauty, is going to be really important, because we've all had experiences, you know, talking to dead people, seeing things, feeling things, chasing a triceratops out of your area, you know, important. Tips you too much. Yeah, same here, Twitty. I have to go on and off with it, or I start losing myself. All right, what messages want to come forward for us today? 3-6. 3-6. All right, healing the heart. Guys, so what about the heart? What about the heart? Yep, see the star. Guys, today it's really about healing the heart. It's about healing the heart. We have to recognize when there are old truths that are going on within the heart space that we need to open up and clear out. Right? Especially in regards to being you know, a way shower, a shaman, you know, our sacred medicine, our sacred gifts, right? Is today's a day of heart healing, which is nice, you know. It's a day of celebration, you know, and we can do this however we want to, but it's showing up right now. The cards are saying it's a day of healing the heart. Day of healing the heart. Healing the heart space. No, you need to like pop. You're going to do it. You need to pop. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Yeah. King of Wands. So it's the, you know, it's the brave heart, guys. You know, you can take my heart, you can take my soul, but you can't take my freedom. All right. Anyway, it's you know, there's something about the resilience of our heart that's coming through. It's like clearing it out, like it's finding the strength of your heart. Right? Like, because we can see the heart as like vulnerable and like loving and but this is like the courage of our heart. This is hearts on fire. Right? So whoever was saying it earlier, right, that was talking about, you know, talking about being on fire all day, we might be, you know, we might be finding a little bit more fire coming through the hot space, especially in regards to the masculine, right? So if there's any repair work that needs to happen with masculine magic, or the fire masculine, or the dragon masculine, whatever it is you want to see, because we do have salamanders here, we have Lyrans here, whatever it is, we're looking at Lionheart. I like that. Thank you. We're looking at the Lionheart, guys. The Lionheart. So we're looking at our Diamond Heart. So we might be getting Diamond Heart activations from the Lyrans. Either way, we are healing the Lionheart. Because here's the thing is like, and this is what I want to state about the Lionheart, is it would make sense why some of us are negating the warrior because of the war. The warrior doesn't mean war, though. Okay? There's poetic justice. The warrior doesn't mean war. So, is that the warrior doesn't always mean war. A warrior heart doesn't mean that we're going to be getting up and stomping all over one another, right? It doesn't. But it's embracing the power of your love and power of your heart and what that primal scream means, right? Like, you know what I mean about that primal scream? Where and it's not from a place of anger, but like your heart gets so big, you're just filled with so much passion for life again, right? Is it feels like it's a reignition point of passion in our life, of courage, of that bravery, of that victory, of that, the warrior heart, right? Get the warrior heart on, you know, get out the drum and very much so important right now for what's coming online, because once again, as we're softening the masculine energetics, we're also rising up in our heart, and that our heart doesn't have to be like my heart. It can be like my heart. And so it's reframing the way we're looking at the heart and the way we're using the heart and working with the heart, right? So it's interesting. It goes. Yeah. Okay, guys, be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of your decisions and how your thoughts affect your decision, how your perspective affects your decision. Okay, so we want to be mindful right now because we have Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. So when it comes to making a choice, right, are we making from a place of mind, or are we making from a place of hello goddess for being here, from our intuition? Always love it when the priestess shows up. So when we're making a decision, are we making a decision from thought form, or are we making it from intuition? Into it. We got to move into it, guys. We got to move into it. So then it's a part of this is that as we're making decisions throughout our day, Let's be mindful. Let's be observant of what we're thinking, what we're believing when we're making decisions. Am I choosing from mind or am I choosing from intuition? Intuition. I too, intuition, please. Yes, I too believe in this. Yeah, I love that. I love it when the high priestess shows up. She's like, thank you, white buffalo woman. You're showing up right on time. So, you know, it really is just, today's another day to just be observant of those things. There's been a lot that's been going on with the mind, and I've been noticing this with myself. And so it's just observant of these things. And we can do this within silence. That's the other thing about the high priestess too, is the high priestess, you know, she takes that time out to be alone, to be in quiet, to be in her connection, to be in her oracular knowing, to keep her connection stabilized and alive, right? So we want to make sure that we're keeping that connection stable as we're making the decisions coming forward in our journey. This can speak of choice points, guys. This right here too. Review, choice points up, initiations, tests. Trust your intuition. All right, guys. Pop quiz coming up. You're a day late. So pop quizzes started yesterday, guys. You guys have your pen and paper? You study? Did you study? Did you study? This feels like choice points, guys. Which means that right now, as we are building our new pathways, is that we make a decision. And our decision propagates awareness, but it also propagates pathways. So what are we choosing? Is there something we're neglecting to see from within? Our own intuition, from our own intuitive senses? Are we choosing from a place of mind, of logic and reasoning? Right? Because logic and reasoning can kind of block out miracles a little bit. You know, so we gotta tune in. Gotta tune in to listen. Angel, you got questions? What's your question? Mindful of crown. Inner Karen. That's a good one. Yes, the inner Karen. The inner Karen. All right, we'll do, let's see. So guys, let's be just mindful that we're still in a choice point. I've been hearing this a lot too, and it makes sense that we're under a choice point, which we're always under a choice point, but there's certain sequences and windows where it builds pathways. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys, about always having questions is, can you allow them to be what they are and allow the solution to arrive just when they are? There's something about divine timing. I've had a lot of moments recently. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome. I've had a lot of times recently where I'm processing and I have certain questions about things. And then I just kind of like set it out into a prayer, set it out into the field and let it go. And the answers always arrive. They will. The answers will always arrive. Sometimes it's breadcrumbed, but like, is that, and sometimes answers don't arrive for years, guys. Can we be okay? Not knowing, right? Because that's where trust and faith starts to come in. But right now, we want to be mindful that when we're making decisions, that we are using our intuition, right? That we're being observant of our belief systems, of our patterns, of our themes, what we're sharing, and really tuning deeper into our listening, into our knowing, right? Are you going to listen outside of you or deep within you? So if your entire universe is built within you, are you going to listen to anything outside of you, including other guardians, guides, or gods, or deities, or are you going to listen to your own universe from within? This has been a big thing for myself too, is that there's been a lot of rabbit holing and a lot of things happening from other guides and beings, and it's been pushing me deeper into my soul self, right? So like going deeper within to listen to the sound of our own soul, the sound of our own 7 trumpets, the sound of our own awakening, the sound of our own intuition, the sound of our own mother, the sound of our own father, sound of our own soul, you know, and really being mindful of listening and tuning to that and to nothing outside. You know, I still have dragons that come around. I still have galactics and fairies and lots of fairies, lots of fairies, lots of alchemists and things like that. But like, it's like still, that's where we have to sometimes cast those things out and go deeper into our own listening, you know, connect to our light. Like, so connect to our column, connect to our source, but then listening to our own soul, you know, listening to our own soul. All right. Any final messages I want to come through for the collective today? Cheers, cuddle. Oh, gosh. Man. Okay. Five of Wands, the Hangman. This has been coming out a lot. Be mindful of the stories, guys. Be mindful of the stories, of the fear, of the threads. You don't have to play into it, right? This is why, here's what's really cool. This is why we are working with those belief systems and what we're choosing to listen to, what we're choosing to back away from, what we're choosing to take a break from, and really trusting our own intuition and our own guidance from within, right? Is because of this, right? There's still a lot of things like campaigns and the collective fear things, a lot of tomfoolery, I've been calling it, a lot of tomfoolery. And with the Hangman, it's like we really have an opportunity right now to just go within and to back away from all this. It's like, here's part of this choice point, is like, do we engage in the fight or do we just kind of go within, right? What's interesting about the Hangman too is the Hangman at some level, you know, it will speak of sacrifice, something that it needs to let go of to obtain its own knowing. And so there is something that we can let go of more, which is a little bit more conflict. We can let go a little bit more of the competition. We can let go more of this war, right? And so for some of us, this might be something that we're ready to give up. And it's not from a place of sacrifice, but it's a kind of trading places. Let go of the war, we let go of the victim, and we let go of those things, and we let in something new that arrives for us, right? So that is the energy of the Hangman. Some of us have to look at that conflict and discord today and make a choice. Make a choice on what we're going to do. But remember, where's your choice coming from? Is your choice coming from logic and reasoning, or is it coming from intuition? It's up to you to listen, because this is still playing out in the world and in the world stage. And so as a result, we have a choice on how we're going to respond to this energy. But here's what's interesting. This is why it's also really important right now to keep healing the heart. If we are lacking love in any way, shape, or form, where would that lack come from? It come from the heart. And so, you know, it's interesting as we're called, you know, to step forward and to lead with the heart and to share with the heart and to stand up in this warrior heart. It's also, we need to take care of this heart and allow it to repair, because it's going to end a lot of this war and this discord. Right? Because this stuff goes deep, guys. Like this war narrative, think about 26,000 years of human conditioning that we have to completely obliterate from our life. And some of us have only been online for a little while. Right? So think about 26,000 years of human conditioning dissolving from the physical body structure to awaken into a silica-based matrix, right? To awaken to your own soul, your own light, your own essence. 26,000 years and beyond of human conditioning. We're looking at human conditioning, not even at galactic and elemental levels and Gaian levels and Gaian records. We're looking at just human conditioning, right? The primal stuff. Think about that. Shifting all that from the body. Right? So this is why the heart needs to come first. It's because as we dissolve and resolve this and we bring everything back to love, we're going to awaken to a newness within ourselves, which is going to affect our decisions. Guys, it really is. Right? It's going to affect our decisions. So we need to go within today as well. Take a moment to go within, if you feel so guided to, and look at where you're still playing in war, where you're still playing in discord, where you're still playing in chaos, and where you're still playing in fight. Gaia's going to respond to you, and especially with that high priestess energy, you're going to know what you need to do from here on forward, because we're all working on this. This feels like a collective thing, because I've seen this show up in a few other readings too. Is where we're still in conflict with ourselves, or in conflict where conflict with other people. And here's the thing, guys, falling out of resonance doesn't mean conflict. If you fall out of resonance with something in your environment or in your world, it doesn't mean that you're in conflict with that, right? Sometimes things just don't harmonize, and that's okay, right? Like there are moments, you know, if I play a C chord, and then if I play a E flat minor, right, they might not sound good together. It doesn't mean that they're in conflict with one another. They're just not a vibrational match. There's no resonance between that. So we can either allow the retuning to occur to bring resonance into that, or things are just falling away, right? The thing is here is that just because two different variables or two different frequencies don't match up or no longer exist next to each other doesn't mean that there's conflict or strife between them. So we can also dissolve and resolve the narrative and turn everything back to frequency. Look at oscillating rates, look at patterns, right? Look at sound, tone, and just to know that some things don't sync up, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that there's a fight or a discord. It just means there's a dissonance. And dissonance doesn't always mean struggle, war, or conflict. It just means two wavelengths that don't sync up. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with two wavelengths not syncing up. It is the human, of course, right? Human mind will start to come in and go, well, you know, I'm going to put a label on it, or I'm going to put this on it, or I'm going to put that on it, right? But the more that we start accessing that stream of consciousness, right, the more we know it's just a waveform. It's just waveform. And some things harmonize and some things don't, right? Like I've had moments where I fall in and out of resonant patterns with people all the time, right? Yeah, we're resonating today and then we're not tomorrow, and we are today and we're not tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, we have to look at human judgment. We have to look at the human heart. We have to look at our own boundaries, where we're still playing victim, persecution, martyrdom, things like that, and recognize that's just frequency, and it's okay. Right. So we can dissolve and resolve this conflict from within by going within to what matters to us the most right now, to harmonize with that nature, to harmonize with that Gaian realm, and to listen up, and to know that this is still something that's appearing before us. Do we play? There's a choice point. Are you going to play here? Or are you going to go within? You know? So just be mindful of those choice points, you know, those pop quizzes, those tests, those things that are popping up. Because it seems like they're more and more readily available right now. They're happening more and more. And it's just really important for us to stay back into this beautiful one. Come back into your place of knowing. Balance. Be balanced. Listen in, listen closely, listen to your own internal connection. This is the way forward here, guys. This is the way forward from here on out, at least for myself. It's really important. It's really important. But, you know, once again, let's keep focusing on that really beautiful heart of ours as well, because our heart light does need to be on, it does need to shine, and we can be courageous within the heart. So we can have that brave heart. Once again, not the, you can take my heart, you can take my soul, but you can't take my freedom. No, but we can have a brave and a courageous heart here. And to stand up in that from a place of value. And we don't have to play into the war and the conflict, right, from the victimized heart. But the solar, diamond, plasma heart is what we're getting to awaken within ourselves. And to know that your intuition matters, right? What your heart speaks to you matters. What your heart has to share with the world matters. What your own internal guidance is saying to you matters. You matter. And other people matter. So as a result, do we really need to play in the war if we are honoring ourselves and if we're honoring one another? The more we honor ourselves, the more that we're really going to start to, the more we honor ourselves, the more we're going to see how much we can honor one another as well. And sometimes honoring means I'm walking away. Sometimes the best way to honor someone is to just, ciao. It's not selfish to walk away. I'm not running away from anything. Okay. To what extent? I'm not going to stand there and keep getting stabbed over and over and over again. My soul will choose to walk away. I'm not running away from anything. I'm just choosing an easier life, you know. And other people can do the same. I don't back down. Okay. Step in the cage with a 600-pound gorilla. Keep getting your ass whooped. Tell me, do you want to keep staying? You're not a martyr. Stop playing in those realms. Just don't go there. Get out of the cage. Go that way. Go back. Okay, listen, if you take the pathway that way and you surrender all fight, take a left at Nordic Road, go up about 6 steps, pause for a second. Pause. Open up a ferry portal, cross over the ferry portal. You're going to move forward about 5 or 6 steps. You're going to land at Sirius A. Just stay there for a little bit. Don't walk away, okay? Stay at Sirius A for a second. Now we're going to jump you over to Orion's Belt. You're going to stay there for about 5-10 seconds. Bam, flip you over to Lyra. bam, take you right back to source, bam, bring you right back here, and all of a sudden, that was a lot of work. But welcome back, right? Welcome back. I don't know what the heck just happened there. Probably just flew off onto some like little tangent there, right? But guys, you don't have to keep stepping into the cage with a 5,000-pound gorilla and keep getting your ass kicked. You really don't. Right? Sometimes the most loving, kind thing you can do is walk away. And that's okay to do that. Right? It's okay. It's okay to do that. There's no shame in walking away. There's no shame in feeling hurt. There's no shame in feeling disgusted with the way humanity is treating themselves and treating one another. There is nothing wrong with saying no more to certain frequencies, tones, hues, bandwidths, and saying no more to certain things that you see within the world, and to walk away. Because we look at a place of divine surrender, and divine trust, and sovereignty. Some people aren't going to back down, and that's beautiful. Don't back down, right? But like at some level too, you walking away is not running away. I invite you to look at that and to respect yourself. Respect your courage, respect your honor, respect your bravery. Don't just listen to Corey. Respect yourself first, right? Because your opinion matters, your belief system matters, and what you need to do for yourself matters. But we don't need to stay and keep engaging with things that don't gift us the opportunity to flourish or wreck us more than they do help us. So we have to look at, is this situation hurting me more than helping me? Am I thriving or am I struggling as a result of this? Right? So we have to look at, is this creating decay? Is it creating stasis, or is it creating evolution? Am I flourishing and expanding with what I do here? Or do I keep contracting and doing the bidding of another here? Do I keep giving my power and my soul away to someone else? Do I keep getting daggers thrown at me for what I'm doing? Am I chasing paper, or am I chasing away paper? Right? We have to look at those things, right? We have to look at all these various things, because sometimes, right, is like, it's not about proving yourself, guys, because that's the masculine campaign, right? I need to prove my worth and prove my value. And no, you don't. No, you don't. That's the old rite of passage, right? Boy becomes man, goes out to forest, kills deer, brings it back. Oh, you know. There's nothing to prove to anyone outside of you. Now, if you need to prove something to yourself to validate your own self-worth and your own self-value, this is just my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you need to prove something to someone else for your own self-worth and self-value, by all means, do it. But I don't need to prove anything to other people. We just show up and relax. You know? And at some point, if we are ever, you know, we have to know when we are getting in the way. You know, when we're getting in the way, and how we can step out of our own way and allow others to step into their own pathway as well, right? Because it's really important. No, not at all. Not at all. I'm just doing oracle work, Danny. Danny, I'm just doing oracle work. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, guys, you know, the thing is that when I hear something, I'll tune into it and I'll share on it, and it's not always personal. It's just me hearing a thread and just kind of like working with the thread. It's part of the oracle work I do. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. We've gone for an hour. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you guys do. Thank you for all that you share. Thank you for the wonderful laughs today about kicking dinosaurs off of our land. That was great. That was hilarious. Happy birthday, Angel. Right. Anything else? Oh yeah, guys. If you'd like to support, right? Links are in the description box. We have yeah, I'll clear them out later. I know. I'm over. I have to do so much work. So much work, guys, clearing this crap up. Just garbaggio after garbaggio. I'm aware of it. Right. Be your own hero, guys. Be your own savior. It helps. Thank you though, Angel. I love you. So yeah, you know, yeah, today is a day of just kind of listening, tuning, be mindful of the choice points, right? Mindful of the choice points, focus on the heart too. If you resonate with this message, please, you just follow your own guidance, right? Back to the high priestess. Listen to your own intuition, listen to your own gut, listen to your own knowing, right? Really important right now. Really important now. So yeah, if you guys want to donate, links are in the description box. It'd be greatly appreciated. I love your guys' support. But by no means is not required. We're gonna keep showing up regardless. If you want to book a session, foundersoflight.org. We also are available over on Patreon, and we're working through, slowly but surely, working through some stuff to be able to re-engage and to reignite Patreon in a new way. Things are just, we're just, it's a gentle weaving. It's a gentle process. Patience has been a key here has been patience. And it's been good to be patient right now. So anyways, guys, happy Sunday. Happy 3-6. Have fun. Let's go, team. Let's go, team. Team Light. Team everyone. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And have a wonderful rest of your day. All right? Later, guys.